I'm Robin Creel and this is Newsnight on the E-News channel. In this hour of the show, we'll take a look at the devastating impact of the floods across the country. Nikiwa Bikicha is live in Polokwane tonight.
Evening, Robin. The ANC turns 99 tomorrow.
Well, it's 8 o'clock and the final hour of Newsnight starts now. Hadra, I understand that tensions are quite palpable and that the divisions between Mokonyane's supporters and Mashatile's are very visible.
Tensions are quite palpable.
A Cape Town Metro traffic officer charged with killing a Western Province cricket official has been released on R1,000 bail. Just to go back to, I guess, the idea of coalitions, what's the latest from Gordon Brown's Labour?
Well, his constitutional right is to invite...
On Saturday, Afghans will vote for their lower house of parliament. It has been an incredibly bumpy campaign trail for many of these hopeful MPs. The Taliban has vowed to disrupt these elections and polls in any form possible. This area that they're clearing is only about 100 meters long, but in the last few days has yielded at least 3 IEDs. Despite the threats of violence and the unusually cold weather, villagers here in Lakari still came out to cast their ballots for representatives for Helmand Province in Parliament. It's meetings like this one led by the Afghan National Army that are supposed to pave the way for future governance and social responsibility here in Afghanistan. Yet a growing mistrust by the local population of the Afghan National Army, government and police has led to the problems raised in shures like these becoming more and more difficult to solve.
Big match of the day is set to get underway any moment now. England versus the USA in this city's first World Cup match. Now, security is exceptionally tight here in Rustenburg this evening in what is normally a very sedate town. This game has, of course, been classified as a medium to high risk security event in terms of terror threats. Now, there are said to be some very famous faces in the audience this evening. Vice President Joe Biden is set to make an appearance, and there have also been whispers that Britain's Prince Harry could also be a familiar face in the crowd.
Well, we are headed back to Bulawayo now. These little ones' parents pay an average of about $40 a year for them to come to school.
Prime tourism destination in Africa.
Simply not enough rain. In most cases, this leads to failing crops. Now the struggle for the local manufacturing sector is trying to stay competitive with the massive influx of goods from the SADC region. This boat is filled with visitors from Russia, Japan, the United Kingdom and France. Obviously, 9 flights of stairs is taking its toll on the 8th floor. Good news ahead of the festive season. Credit card fraud has dropped significantly this year, but authorities are warning that criminals are finding new ways to get their hands on your money. The Basic Education Department seems to have made a blunder with the number of schools recording a 0% pass rate. It's now saying that instead of 18, only 15 schools in the country share this dubious honor.
The issue of ethnicity has played a very big role when you see the results.
Well, we have been reading reports, Levi, of growing rifts between the different races on the island as well as the different religions. Can you confirm that and tell us why that is?
I mean,
What do you believe that Yar'Adua's legacy has been?
Well, President Yar'Adua had a very short tenure.
Was this a fair assessment of the First Lady? Well, speedsters in Gauteng, beware. The Gauteng Traffic Police high-speed unit is watching you, but they're not hiding behind a tree or a rock. They're on the road with you, waiting for you to speed. And given the recession, Afghanistan, Iraq and the bigot gaffe last week, how did Labour's Gordon Brown seem today, Sebastian?
Well, I think that the astonishing thing, given...
When Newsnight continues, we'll bring you a roundup of the latest international news and a weather report. Also, all the big winners from the People's Choice Awards. Stay with us. Lolly Jackson's killer is still on the run.
Casting Premier, we're live on the E-News channel. How was your maiden voyage?
Very, very exciting. Dreams come true. And indeed, we are a nation of miracles, a nation of Nelson Mandela. We're doing it for generations to come.
We do appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Gauteng Premier Nomvula Mokonyane live for us here on the E-News channel. Let's see who else is around that we can grab a quick word with.
E-News reporter Karen Moorn's been working on this story today. She joins me now live in studio. Karen, tell us what's the latest with the investigation.
Well, we know that the police...
Welcome back. The holidays are fast drawing to a close and thousands of motorists are expected to make their way home this weekend. Traffic officials are again appealing to motorists to drive safely. More than 1,300 people have died on the country's roads during the break, and authorities say they don't want to add to that number.